Hello and welcome to the Stanley Parable with Remixed Gaming. Now, admittedly, I've been having some issues being heard in my videos as I talk quietly, so I thought it'd be a lot easier if I had someone to yell at. It's my amazing Russian accent. So, we're playing the Stanley Parable. Now, it is a narration-driven game, hence need someone to yell at, so yeah, let's get started. Please be Kevin Brighting. He is an amazing narrator. Let's do this. It is loading. I think I started recording. Crap, go back. I forgot if I started recording or not. Son of a bagel. Knowing to tell if I am recording when I'm recording or not. Bloody. Cut. Come on, load. Load. Is it even loading? Bugger me. So much Russian accent. People would probably have gotten offended if I did that. Bugger. Come on, I need you to load so I can put out of view so I can check if I'm recording or not. Why can't it just be like a blinking light or something that says when I'm recording? I wonder if the dead pixel shows up when I'm recording or not. I should test that. Come on, load. Load or I stab you with a fork. Did my computer seriously freeze? Ah, crap. Load. Hello and welcome back. I'm really not in the mood for the accent thing. I thought I'd dig around on the options or something, I don't know. Or they're exposed. Why would someone disable achievements? Why unlock the achievement? Okay, I only did it once. Alright, so. Yeah, I was recording. Whoops. That's the reason why I just got the last part. I'm gonna edit it in, because why not? So we're playing the Stanley Parable, as I said. Please don't freeze this time. Yeah, I think I'm recording. Oh. Why did that pop back up?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Wait, is that seriously Kevin Brighting?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
And he
employee number 427's job was simple.
Kill zombies.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, of every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
So is this gonna go Left 4 Dead?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Zombies.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna turn up my mouse sensitivity. Hold on. Options. Sensitivity. It needs to go up. Much better. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume there's not.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No trace. Except for coffee mugs. So since this game is narration driven, I'm probably not going to be fighting stuff. There's not even kicking information you're picking up, so... yeah. What is it? Are we gonna be walking through doors, choosing stuff, pressing buttons? I wanna press some buttons. Better turn that off. Alright. Wow, doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I have to enter the door on the left. Okay. Let's do this. Why is there no jump button?
Yet there was
Don't
not a
also
single
recover
person
something.
here either. Feeling a
wait,
wave of
manager?
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, that's how I solve it. That's how I solve it. Yeah. Oh, dude, profits. Those are so hot. Profits. Can't jump. A lot of percent. Teenagers. Okay then. That's weird. Let's do this. Really like synergizing.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Cool. How come I don't get fancy wood walls? I say a riot. Push your papers off. Turn off your computer. Get wrecked. Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
What is it?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm gonna get murdered in one of these dark corners, aren't I? Oh. So is this gonna go Half-Life? Am I gonna start shooting stuff? And I know this narration room, but the graphics. Kinda spooky. I'm gonna get utterly murdered, aren't I? Just wait, I'm gonna manage to destroy everything, like nuclear bomb. We're gonna Fallout this. Not that the character in Fallout can actually trigger a nuclear bomb. Come on, load. Only problem with using a poor PC on this game is long load times. I'm guessing since I haven't played much.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Which one? Where my feet are? Because I don't see my feet. I mean, that's obviously the important
Stanley
question.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna do that. I want to control some minds. I want to enslave some people. This the enslave button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It's quite obviously it's mind control. I mean, it said it on the door.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means nothing? What is this, America?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Was I supposed to be listening? I'm making music. Pop, 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 pop. Alright, I should probably find something. Swag. So awesome. Ooh, it does give me a choice.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Well, I know the obviously morally high choice. Pop.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes,
After they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Dude, slave army.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Dude,
You
slave
were
army.
supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If
Dude,
you
I'm
want to
gonna
throw
leave.
my story off track,
Slave
you're
army.
going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
I hate
Now this is
right?
making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your
thanks,
time to
Dan.
shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you,
I must stab you with a
about
fork.
me, where we're going, what all this means. I
seriously gonna kill
barely
me?
know where to start.
Wow, Kevin's
What's that?
writing.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
No, I just want to know where my
I'm in a
slave
good
army
mood.
is.
You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
How am I
I
supposed to
turned
have a
off the
slave army
machine. I
then?
set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything
There's no
and take
solution,
back
is
the
there?
control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen
like
to
the numbered
screen,
ones.
clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button. or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Press the button.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
They said it's fine
Take
if I
a look at the
control
clock,
it
Stan.
after you destroy
That's
it.
30
but in the
seconds you
first
have
I can't
left to
control it.
struggle.
You still give me
30
control
seconds
after
until a
you
big
destroy it.
boom and then nothing.
Oh, Stanley was next to it.
Just you being
Oh.
blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately
Oh,
to
I'm
your
gonna
frail
stab
life,
you now.
or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
Oh,
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Bugger. Well, that was the game, I guess. Killed me. Yeah. Beep bop, boop.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, maybe I missed a memo. I'm not following your instructions. You murdered my face. Ooh, I want to press a button. Dude, I pressed a button. Wait, what in the... This is not right. Where are my doors? You stole my proper door. Oh, there they are.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How about now?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
This
been
one
worth
sucks.
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley
no, I'm
simply
getting
stood
out of
here,
here.
drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You want me to go this way? I can't close the door. You killed me. See ya.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wow. I'm gonna jump from the cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You mean the
I'm
foot
not
we
your
blew me up
enemy,
with the
really,
nuclear
I'm
bomb?
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
Only
convinced
those who
that I
blow
want
me
something
up.
bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but
Jeez.
I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me
Maybe
a
I
chance.
thought... Maybe I don't trust you because you murdered me. It's a very good reason to not trust people.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door? Yeah, I'm colorblind. See you, chump.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, this is clearly red, as you can tell by this luxurious shade of red. So this is red.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
You
Do
only
see
gave me
that
one
I
option.
really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't
What?
here. Running and running and running,
Where?
just the way you're doing right now. Don't you
room.
see that it's killing us,
My
Stanley?
door's gone.
I wanted to stop.
Where's my door?
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Where?
And I think,
disappeared.
well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Yeah. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. Okay, it's dark. Am I gonna get murdered again?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think
I'm coming to my death.
happy. I actually feel happy.
Feel happy? Too bad. I'm getting out of here.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Yeah, you killed me. I'm not entertaining your joy anymore.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh boy. I want to lose all of this. You're going down, Brighting boy.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
You want to stay here? Well, the fastest way to get back to here is down here. Here we go.
No!
Eh?
Oh, thank God you lived. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because you blew me up.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
No, I just like you.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
I already died
once. Am I reading the
once.
situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Hey, you killed me?
Looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
You killed me?
This one is yours.
Now I get to kill me. Capiche? Woot! Now I died.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, that was so much fun. You totally had it coming. Wait, I died again. Crap. How many different times am I gonna die? Is every ending a death? The phone? What? I hear a phone.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
What?
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
What? Was that? Did I? How did that happen? Whoa, get up on here. On here. Seriously? So, someone just called Stanley me, and not even the right phone. Who is 434? Why didn't you just call my... Doesn't my room have a phone? Yeah, why didn't you just call my room? That's just weird. So... what's going on? Ooh, hey, I recognize this. Pop. Button pressing. So something is seriously amiss. Doors are back where they're supposed to be.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which way do I go? Can I close doors? I want to stay right here in this chair. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I can't choose. Let's do this.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is the boss's office.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he
Awesome.
turned around and got back on track.
I'm Chris from the whiteboard. I'm staying here. Working with my tools.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
It's a broom closet. There's every reason to stay here. I just need...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At
Trying to
least
pick
if
up
there
this
was something
wrench.
to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I'll
As
back
it
you
is,
with it.
he's literally just standing
You
there
murdered me.
doing sweet FA.
I want to murder you with this wrench.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I sit in an office all day doing nothing. Why can't I do this? Workers' rights or something. I don't know.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd
Yeah.
said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Broom closet,
But
of
it
course
didn't
I'm
even
going
occur
in.
to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Hey, you're gonna
I
hurt
never
the
would have
janitor's
thought to
feelings.
mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
I'm the new
Maybe
janitor.
when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Who here likes the broom
I hope
closet?
your
Let's do
friends find
this.
this concerning.
Someone make t-shirts.
Stanley was fat and ugly and
Hey.
really stupid.
I'm gonna
He
stab you with
probably
this
only
wrench.
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Ew. Both those. I'm gonna stab you with this wrench.
Well,
That's-
I've come to a very definite
gonna-
conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You
No,
got
I'm
to
not.
this broom closet, explored it
You're
a
gonna
bit,
kill me
and were
again.
just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Dude, I'm home alone. That's fun
Hello?
recording.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
When I said I'm gonna stab you with a broom, I mean with this wrench, I meant it. I'm not gonna hit you with it. I'm gonna stab you with it. Alright, I'm going out into the hallway.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee
Wow,
you
is
can't
this
do
an
any
office?
worse than the person who came before you.
Oh look, a broom closet. I shall investigate.
You too?
Yes.
Unbelievable. I'm at
No.
the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
Hey, don't talk
Perhaps
to
there's a
me.
monkey nearby you can hand the controls
I'm
to.
gonna stab you with
A
this
fish,
wrench.
fungus. Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Fine, I'll stop you.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fine. I wanna see where else I can go. So did I technically die because it said that I died and I was being replaced?
Stepping into his
I'm gonna
manager's
press the buttons
office,
again.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as
Boom.
quickly as possible,
gonna
he
drink this
didn't even
liquor.
have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Good.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
This music sucks. There's some Weird Al in here. Music.
Feeling soothed and
Get
rejuvenated,
out of here.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Get out of here. Alright, back down here. I guess I'll follow you in this direction. Can't believe it killed me. Wow! It's this place again!
Stanley walked straight
Mind
ahead through the
control.
large door that read
I'm a dude
Mind
control
Control
as in
Facility.
Did he say something? It sounded different, the thing I was talking over. Boop button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Nuclear bomb.
Did he have the strength to find out?
This place has a nuclear bomb. So I'm pretty sure those buttons open
Now
doors.
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, freedom means nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
What?
He refused to believe it.
Stop
He
contradicting
couldn't
me.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Well, I
It
mean,
was
it basically just said
unthinkable.
that it did.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Let me know press buttons, which is... I'm
But here
pressing
was the
buttons right
proof.
now.
The heart of the operation.
Oh,
Controls
I see what
labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You will dismantle the controls and blah blah blah. Fine, I'll do it just because I don't want to be incinerated. Although I'm pretty sure my character's already dead since it said I died in the broom closet. So I've died every playthrough this game. Man, I suck at this game. Boop. Is that door open? Nope. I know. You murdered me. Fine, I'll turn it off.
And when at last he found
You're lucky. I just saved you from having to listen to him again. Yay, shut up. Now it's all nice and quiet. So you can hear me. And now I put in music so you can't hear me. Lovely.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Yep, up, yep.
Was it over?
Is it over? What's that line?
Yes.
Swag.
He had won. He had defeated the machine.
I defeated a machine.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I
And
still
yet,
can't jump.
even as the immense door slowly opened,
Oh, dude, it's
Stanley
dirty.
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
No, all of it
For
matters.
it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
Dude,
but
always power.
happiness. Perhaps
Always
his
the
goal
power of
had not been to
technology instead.
understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
Let go?
what to
Screw
do,
that, this place is so
or
much
how
stuff.
to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
I'ma steal the staplers.
all he
Comprehende.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Do I? Dude, I'm going back. See you, chump. gonna take this chair with me. Yeah. Dude, there's a house there. That's like half a parking spot right there. What? What is
Stanley
like?
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
That's right,
the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was
terrible.
exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And apparently still dead according to the broom closet. Fucker killed me. I beat the game. Did I really though? I opened a door and walked out of an office. Get that narrator. Why is it just like, no? Every time you screw me over, I'm staying here.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
What
What
if I
if a
got
crucial
murdered?
outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me.
Man, I love
Nothing
waiting.
will break me. In here, I can be
Down where to
happy
press the button on the
forever.
computer.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours
don't hate
passed.
Mondays.
And days.
Mondays are
Had
the only day I
years
get
gone
up
by,
late.
he no longer had the ability to tell.
I know, Mondays are the
But the
days
one
we
thing he
record.
knew for sure, beyond any
Saturdays
doubt,
stay up
was
late.
that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very
Dancing.
soon now,
Fuck me dancing.
this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what
I
to
am being
do.
spoken to.
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Did I die again? I think I'd... No, I think the secretary died.
All
because
of his
the floors were
co-workers were
messy.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So does 432 just sharpen pencils all day? And that's a pretty hardcore job. I could see why he needs all these papers on his floor. Did someone break the copy machine? It is the same paper. You're responsible. I want to see that computer's back. Oh, like, computer's not back. So, who went nuts with the papers?
When Stanley came to a set of
How
two
about
open
no?
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I
Perhaps
cannot
he
go
wanted
into
to
the
stop
meeting
by
room.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a
That's
gorgeous,
different.
gorgeous room.
That line
Thank
is
goodness
different.
Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
That- I mean,
Life
that
without
is
having, but
different.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
How about no again? I'm gonna make you cry for killing me.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's all I hear. Let's do this.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is... What?
no.
Really? But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I died again?
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Every time I die. That's what I should title the episode. Wow, I got murdered again.
All of
every
his
time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Means
go
they
to the
kill me.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is that button computer back? Can't believe I got murdered again. Need a screen computer.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Are the lights going out each time I play? Because that's creepy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yes, you
I
are.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
My death?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Your mom.
Someone you forgot. What? Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes, I do.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I only died every playthrough.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
No,
to
you
show
don't.
you something beautiful.
My death?
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Let me through.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. You murdered me.
Perhaps you misunderstood.
Nope.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're communicating
there's
properly.
the blue door.
Stanley walked. All right, fine. Go ahead,
Royal
Stanley.
blue.
You want to know
That's
so
the
badly
color.
what's out there? You want to find out what
Royal
lies
blue.
at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Dude, it's
You
after
see?
labs.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Good.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yep.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yep.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Yep.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Yep.
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so
Give me
far.
those. Both
Tell
them.
you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already
Ceiling
feels
lights.
leaps ahead of
Office
where we
space.
were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
But now I want to go to the correct door, like you said. I'm gonna go through the left door, like you said.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your
It was
experience
bullshit.
with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
It was amazing.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Bibbly bop.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come
did
from?
one, would he added
How did
another
I
door?
know the game needed a third door?
Needs a fourth
well,
door.
it's instinct mostly,
I can
a
use 10
calling in your
doors.
gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ooh, a computer. I'm offline. Dude, I think your trip... Oh, dude, Pulp Fiction. Yeah. Skid. As a spy thing. Does he realize I'm offline? I'm pretty sure I just saw Pulp Fiction again. A dead rat? Swag. This dead rat's hard to kill, you know. It's dead. I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna kill you now.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking
Eat a
through
rotting
doors?
potato.
Again, honest answers, please.
Not just a rotting potato, a rotten one.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a
In your
prototype
nose.
of the new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
How about no? How about I don't help you? And you stop killing people?
In this
God,
game,
more
the
death.
baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire,
how about we just
you
put the
fail.
babies down
It's a
and
very
leave them out of
meaningful
this?
game. All
And
about
we
the
just leave
desperation
this,
and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh god, oh god. Oh god, that's annoying. Just die. Get out of here. Oh, that's annoying.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah, that's an annoying
baby. Did you do
baby.
it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Don't have me as a babysitter, that's what
I do.
happened.
I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Oh,
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see.
What?
What
Super
do we
Meat
have
Boy?
here?
No, it's Minecraft. It's clearly Minecraft. We're gonna play some blocks.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I think I never get something copyrighted like Minecraft. Next thing you know, it's Portal. I think I got a cold. So 3 Primarchs and a Tau walked into a bar. The bar ceased to exist. Anyone who plays Warhammer will get that joke. I just realized I play Tau. Whoa!
Well, Stanley,
It's
is this any
Minecraft.
better? At last, the one thing
I'm
you've
gonna
always
steal
desired,
the flowers.
a game I had absolutely
flowers.
nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me
can't
that,
jump.
Stanley.
I
Will
love
it
Minecraft.
ever be enough? Well, I'll say this.
Is this the
I'm
old
done making
texture?
things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic
be greener.
purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a
We're gonna build
house.
that. Ah. Every time.
This will go here, no, here, and then.
So,
Let's
Car's
see,
actually
what
moving.
does it need?
Playing
Yes,
Minecraft.
of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
wow.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Have you seen my redstone computer, boy?
But you've only seen it from the outside.
Don't talk
You've
smack
only
in this
gotten
game.
half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I can't.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect?
No.
It could only be better if... Wait.
Wasted a perfectly
That's
good
it.
door.
We must rebuild it out of
L-shape.
diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We
Remind
have
me
to
to
go
kill
mining.
you when you play Minecraft. You do not waste diamonds on houses. That's what noobs do. Use your diamonds for gear and money. Actually use gold ingot. I mean gold
Oh my,
nuggets. And
it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
nope. So we're in
Oh,
peaceful,
no,
right?
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This would do it all.
I need
1 out of
torches.
5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I heard spider. I heard a spider. I didn't see a spider though. So, new game? What? Is it gonna be something else? If it's Roblox, I'm stabbing you. Capiche? No, it's Portal. Of course, Portal. And they can get, wait. Could they? They're both Steam games. Minecraft wasn't a Steam game though. So they couldn't actually do... Could they? Yeah! I know that, right?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Yeah. Let's break some stuff. Yeah. I can't jump. I need that. I need that stuff over there. I'll put the clock in the toilet. In the radio. Why can't I jump? Where's the port? Is that broken? Dude, the lights are wrong.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Is that sarcastic? Clearly the answer to this puzzle lies back in this room. Just gonna use to get back up there. Clearly, I go on here, and the cube goes through the door. Goddamn cube. Alright, fine. Play Portal.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
Fork?
Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna die again? Am I alive? Orc in progress. The orcs are back. You can tell by the spelling, it's a 40k orc. Get your bolters, man. Or in my case, plasma gun, since I am Tau. What does that say? Iteration? Yeah, I can't even see anything. Oh, dude, there's desk silver. Did I die again? I'm rather certain I'd be dead at this point. Hello? Hello? See, even these decrepit old areas get wood panel walls, but I don't even get wood panel. Hey, choice doors. See, I don't even get wood panel, but these guys do. Dude, I'm gonna go up to the office and be the new boss man. That room's broken. So I'm new boss man. Did you even put up the radiator right? It's supposed to be up. Oh, I can't even go to the boss office. So I think this might be actually the first playthrough where I'm not dying, which is pretty swag. Unless I die down here, because this looks like Slenderman territory. Or Jeff territory. It looks like we're going to get Jeffed in here. Hello? Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm gonna get murdered right here. Alright, let's press some buttons. Is this supposed to be my office? Where's my cabinets? My walls suck. Dude, I'm gonna go to the really nice room.
I wonder what he found.
A boring
If what he
room.
wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
Or in any
I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
So did
that is what
die
I
or
mean
not?
to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no
I
other
took quite a
way.
fall. I
Once
think I
this
did
ends,
die.
after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
The end is nigh.
Very soon. I can do it.
Hello? Okay, it's loading. Stop. Oh, it went past it. Didn't care. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but I have a dead pixel right where the mouse is. It's green. Alright, I think I died since it restarted.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others.
God, it's spreading.
So the
It's
thought
everywhere.
of total solitude
Oh God,
was
panic.
terrifying to him. No matter
everywhere.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
Panic.
co-workers.
Oh God, it's everywhere. It's clearly here to kill me. Like everything else in this game. I must stop its spread.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to see that room closet again, but I don't want to go to the boss room. Boss room is mean. I died
Yet
in
there
there.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to... Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
This wrench. Stare at wrench. That's my job in this room. Stare at the wrench. And plot murder you with it. And back we go. Come on. What? Nothing? Final lead. Ugh. Psych. What? Alright, I'm not going back
Coming
up
to
there
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Dude, my
But
car.
Stanley just couldn't do it.
I couldn't do what?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy.
These
And then
rooms.
something occurred to Stanley.
Rooms.
Maybe,
They're the same.
he thought to himself, maybe I
Just an
am
exit.
crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
I don't have legs.
None
There's
of
someone
it
talking
made
in my
any
head, so of
logical
course I'm
sense.
crazy.
And as Stanley pondered this,
No
that he
legs.
began to make other strange observations. For example, why
Doors.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh god. I
Why
called
did
it.
doors close automatically
I called
behind
that.
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
that.
Were they simply repeating?
Yes. I
No,
think
Stanley
we
said to
covered that.
himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
I'm
he
a
just
wizard.
hadn't found the words for it.
I'm a wizard.
I'm dreaming!
I'm a wizard.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
Sure.
what a relief
It's a game,
Stanley
not a
felt
dream.
to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Are you
I'll
sure?
have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna hang out
may
with
as well
Printer. This
enjoy
Printer
this
knows
while
what's
I'm
up.
still lucid.
Sup, printer.
So, he imagined himself flying
hide with you.
and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh god, I'm flying.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical
Come back to me,
starfield,
printer.
and it too appeared. It was
Oh,
so
dude, it's
much
wizard-like.
fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Wizardry.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was
Talking to
amazed he
people.
hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
I
dictating
swear
everything that
I
I'm
am a
doing and
wizard. I
thinking?
keep calling everything.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by
I'm like
Stanley,
never wrong.
who found it particularly
Except for
strange.
Roblox.
I'm dreaming about a
Seriously,
voice
Minecraft?
describing
I'm
me,
that, Roblox.
thinking
Nope.
of thinking.
My computer crashed. Ah, son of a... Ah. I'ma stab it with a fork. Dang it. Hello, and welcome back to the game again, where my PC informed me that I ran out of battery, then spamming a bunch of stupid ads broke my computer. So, welcome back. We will go back to the game and keep playing the game and see if we die again. Someone please find me a fork. It's computer stabbing time. It's cold in my room. Like, it is legit freezing in here.
This is the story of a man
No.
named Stanley.
I lost it.
Stanley worked for a
Yeah.
company.
Get skipped. So I think I lost my progress since my computer
All of his
crashed.
co-workers were gone.
Gee, I
What
don't
could
know,
it
where are
mean?
they?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's one way to tell. Did the computer... Okay, I don't see the computer that has the little thing where it wants you to click on it. Just be safe, I'm going to click on one computer to see what happens next playthrough. Since each playthrough changes, so it is one fluid thing, or randomly generated.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
I'm going
doors,
to finish
he
that
entered
ending
the
as
door on
on,
his left.
which I completely wizarded through. I got $10 saying I'm dying again. Like
Yet
every
there was not a single
playthrough.
person
Shut
here
up.
either.
Before I heard this.
Feeling a wave of
Wait, another way to
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but
Yep,
there
I
was
lost
nothing
everything.
here. So he turned around, and coming to a staircase,
Son of a
Stanley
bagel.
walked upstairs to his boss's
Blah,
office.
blah, blah. I can't hear you.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He
And
considered the
cue
possibility of
amazing video
facing his
editing.
boss,
Fast
admitting he had
forward.
left his post during work hours.
can actually
He might be
convert me
fired
to
for
go really
that.
fast.
And in such a competitive
I should
economy,
talk
why had he
slow,
taken
so
that
then when he
risk?
talks normally,
All
it's
because
taken
he believed everyone had
blah,
vanished.
blah.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Shut up.
None of it made any logical sense.
Where's the
And as
first
Stanley
10?
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Let's go.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
1, 2,
doors
3,
close
4.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Where is
Were
my
they simply
vodka?
repeating?
Just
No,
loading my
Stanley said to
vodka. Now
himself,
bring it
this is
to me,
all
will I
too
stop
strange.
you?
This can't be
Where's
real.
my vodka?
And at last, he came to the conclusion
Bring me
that
my
had been on the
vodka.
tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Is it
I'm
dreaming?
dreaming!
Oh,
He
what
yelled.
the fuck?
This is all a dream.
Dumb dream.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His
Blah,
co-workers
blah,
weren't
blah,
actually
blah,
gone.
blah.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't
stop
crazy
talking.
after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
get
the
on this
ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley
mountains in space,
marveled
though.
that he had still not woken
Or
up.
chairs.
How was he
Might be.
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Why is there?
Now the voice was describing itself being
I also
considered
call
by
that?
Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Yeah, that
he
sounds like my
thought.
head most of the time.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if
deceiving
he's
myself.
asleep,
No, I'm
he
a
doesn't have to
lunatic,
take
duh.
responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Save me, printer.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in
Really?
control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes
All right,
gently,
going to bed with the printer.
and he invited
Yes.
himself to
Sleep
wake
time,
up.
Printer.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the
Yeah,
press
I'm
of the
actually wrapped up
mattress
in
on
the
his
blanket
back,
since it's freezing.
the fresh air of a world outside this
Yeah,
one.
this air is pretty terrible
Let
here.
me wake up, he thought to
Oh,
himself.
let me wake up.
I'm through with this dream. I
I'm
wish
through
it
with
to
this
be
dream.
over.
No, I'm not.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Oh, I love
Please.
pushing buttons. I'm
It's
back
all I
completely on
want.
control right now.
I want my
That's the crouch
apartment
button. Why is it
and
not
my
sharing?
wife and my job. All
my
I
job.
want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
And
My
he's
life
Betsy.
is normal.
He's not.
I
fine.
am normal. Everything will be fine.
No, it's not. You're gonna die.
I
You always
am
die.
okay.
I'm so crouched.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is
Sir, leave
Stanley.
the comment
I
with
have
a
a
joke.
boss. I have an office. I am real.
How do I do
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I?
This is
Who
turning
am
into
I? And everything went
This is
black.
turning into PT again.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
That's not right.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, because running from a dead body seems like a great idea. Well, I died again. Keyword is again. Is there even an ending where you don't die? Like legit, every time I die.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Murder me however many times, shame on you. Yeah, this is there again. So yep, lost everything like I thought. Oh god, it's back. It's back. Oh god, it's back. What is this hallway? What am life? How does food?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which way? You know what? Maybe if I'm real nice, I won't get murdered. I think the broom closet just killed me that one time since it said
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hit him for interrupting himself.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Perfect.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let's see if I can survive for one. That would be wonderful. I'm just gonna battle out my next death. Next thing you know, I'll be being eaten by giant mechanical jaws. Flat. That'd be a human pancake.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. It's escape. It's escape. It's escape of ease. I like that. Because I'm Eric. Let's escape of Eric.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Because that's written in crayon.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it.
People who write in crayon never lie.
Had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Cran. Cran tells the truth. Let's do this.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, but Crans don't lie. And that was said to
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, dude, is that a flare? That's like a 5-foot drop. Sweet. Oh! Ah, crap, I'm dead again, aren't I? Loading, 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 loading. Come on, let's do this. Oh, hey, I'm alive. And still alive? Dude.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Giant metal
Stanley can't see
dog.
the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped
I hate
forever in
my
his
big
narrow
mouth.
vision of what this life is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
I'm not super shallow. Keep getting killed. How about no.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral
Ow.
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine
Wow.
crushed every bone in his
Lovely.
body, killing him instantly.
Well, you heard it here. I died again. Every time is a death. Every death is a time.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office,
just watch
as
this
alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Alright, so there's walls. I can't believe I died again. Every single playthrough, I die. Well, that's
When
right.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So in other words, I die no matter what. Lovely, or I am already dead, meaning that those deaths... I'm dead either way. Yep, called it. Kevin Brighton. So flipping called it. Do you, like, ask to have it say that impeccable? Seriously. Can't believe I got killed again. Every time it kills me. That's the maintenance room? Ooh, another choice in there. Every time I get murdered. Warzone. Action game mode becomes sentient. What? Far too joking off the nose. Have you met this game? Have they met this game? This game is literally, technically it's not FPS, but it is FP, which is like 2/3. So it's first person. What? Where's this like? Oh, are you gonna change? Oh. What? I don't even. God, I think I'm gonna get hypothermia. Or, you know, frostbite or something. I'm rather starting to just below freezing inside since it's snowing outside. Can't believe I still have school today. Hey, remember that movie? It was, oh, what was it? Oh, right, Poltergeist. Yeah, I'm gonna get murdered now. See ya, chump. Yeah, that's just spooky. I see something. Hey, you little bugger, get back here. I saw you in there. I saw you. I saw you, button. Oh, the button! The button! It didn't do anything. Bleach, please. Yeah, I'm bored. Should I quit off here?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm gonna turn you off. This better not crash again and make me lose my...
Can you see?
Okay.
Can you see how much they need one another?
If I lose my progress again, I'm gonna strangle something.
Perhaps not.
Even if it doesn't have a
Sometimes
trachea.
these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
Oh God, how do I
Don't
pause?
let time choose for
No,
you.
button.
Don't let time...
I forgot the pause button. Oh, that's the button. Am I still alive? Is that a battle log? I died again. Find me a throat. I'm gonna strangle it. Or rip it out. Thank you for, so that was Green Mage YouTube. Please leave a like if I'm not still cancer according to that one guy. Leave a like, please subscribe. I'm out. Leave out early for the beginning and the end. Intro, outro. I just photoshopped something on about a potato, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please, I still mean that we're saying, have a nice day, whatever, let's do this stuff. Boom. Stupid thing murdering me all the time.